Hello, everybody. Sorry I was a little tardy today, but thankfully, all uh, technical difficulties have been resolved before I get on air. So, good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. It is Friday, December 15th. A big hello from wherever you are throughout this great big beating world. Looks like we've got Drea here doing some moderating. I'm going to clean this. Hang on. I'm bringing this in. Clean. There we go. I feel like I'm a little cleaner, a little less blurry there. Thank you, folks, for your kind words about my hair. If you ever come to Fresno, the Birdcage, it's a place to go. He's amazing. Yes, thank you. I thought I would wear this giant pin, right? This brooch is from my mom. And since today it's all about Gilded and the Gilded Age, I thought I'd wear a brooch that was a say something brooch, something that maybe Bertha would have worn, certainly not the sisters, Ada and Agnes. This would be a little too showy for them, but Bertha Russell, 100%. I don't know if you're watching The Gilded Age, pardon me, on HBO. Next week is the finale. Drea and I watch it religiously. Season 2, fantastic. If you haven't, it's another Julian Fellows bit of silly fun. I love it. But anyway, so this is my tribute. So let's take a look. So let me tell you, though, before we get started, I love that all of you have love for the Gilded Age as well. And I am not wearing my big bustle skirt, Drea, but I could have, I guess, right? Maybe I should have and done a full dress up, but yes. So just to get us started on the right foot, or on the right slipper, shall I say. Don't forget, you can find us everywhere on social: Facebook, Insta, Pinterest. You can hit that like and subscribe button. You can also hit us up at beadshop.com, anywhere on social. And if you have any questions, don't forget to email us at info@beadshop.com. Something new is going to be coming to our streaming, which I'm super excited about. We're going to be able to stream. I just got word from StreamYard, which is a platform we use, that we're going to be able to start streaming on Instagram, which is super exciting. I was playing around with it a little bit this morning, but it was a little too technical, and I already was having a few technical difficulties. But soon we're going to be coming live to you on our Insta as well, which is super exciting. I say, one more social outlet to stream on, sign me up. So let me show you, my friends, this kit, where you're going to find it. Well, it's a curated collection, right? It's not really a kit. I haven't done one of these in a while. And we just, I don't know, like you, I don't know where the year's gone. But I thought back in, I don't know when I did this, maybe October sometime, I think. I was like, oh my gosh, we need a curated collection, and we need it for around the holidays. So we've got one. Here it is. You can see, I'm showing you the homepage of our website. You can see here, right here, Gilded, a curated collection. It's going to drop at noon Pacific time. Right now it's 10:46 Pacific time, so in about an hour and 14 minutes from now. And what you'll do is you'll refresh this page, you'll hit that photo, and you'll see it here. There's still 2 available mixes from our relaunch that we have for you to pick up if you haven't gotten these two. Those are still available. But you can see Gilded, a curated collection, will drop on 12/15/23 at noon Pacific time. So you'll see that. Also, you'll see on our homepage, my friends, you'll see our Snowy Savings coupon. You'll see that we've got gift cards for you. We just launched those kite briolets that I used on Wednesday. And of course, we still have a few snowflake kits left, so you don't want to miss those. Okay. So that's what I've got there. Let me stop sharing that screen. Let me add this screen and let's take a look at the collection. Shall we? Oh, there's only 2 or 3 of the State Fair left. Thanks, Drea, for the heads up. I have some of that mix sitting here right in this bag, and State Fair goes beautifully with this curated collection. You know, I love blue, that turquoisey blue and red together. It's kind of a theme here in my studio. You can kind of see that wall color behind me. Over here on my metalsmithing wall, I've got a lot of red and that blue. So I really love this color combo. Love it, love it, love it. So let me show you what we've got here. Oh, and it's the last night. Isn't it the last night of Hanukkah tonight, I think? Is it? I don't know. I don't like the candles, but I wouldn't say no to a Hanukkah Seder, right? Or a Hanukkah gift, right? No, I'm just kidding. Not kidding. I mean, I'm kidding about the gift, sort of. Okay, let's take a look at this right here. Here we are, right on my messy table. I have not really cleaned up. Oh, I thought it might have been yesterday. My Facebook feed was full of last night candles, but just double checking. But happy, is there a Boxing Day for Hanukkah? I don't know. But now we're gearing up. We're gearing up for solstice, which is Thursday. Chris and I do a big Ukrainian solstice celebration for solstice, carrying on the tradition of his family. That's a lot of fun. So it's great to have all of these solstice and holiday and kind of fun traditions. So no, thank you. Thanks. I didn't think there was a Boxing Day for Hanukkah, but you never know. I mean, maybe I'll just celebrate today. Anyways, here we go. I like this. One big gift and a small one each evening to open. You know, that was my thing. It's like all my friends who were Jewish, like in high school and stuff, we would, sometimes we'd go to their house for holidays. They'd come to my house for holidays. And I'm like, man, I want to celebrate Hanukkah too. So I get many nights of gifts, right? It's so true. Anyways, let's get to the beads, shall we? This is all Czech glass here that I've chosen for you. And there are 12 strands. And just kind of like the 12 days of Christmas, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 in this red. And I'll show them to you here. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. This is kind of bluish. And then 9, 10, 11, and 12. So you've got this really cool colorway. Red, blue, and then this gold that it's so, I think, cheerful for this time of year. I love it. So let me show you the details on these, and then we're going to cut them open and play around with them a little bit. So in the reds here, we've got this table cut, and these are all exclusive to the kit. We don't carry any of these with we have one melon, or we used to have one melon that was kind of like this, but they go in and out of stock so quickly that it's hard to say what we can keep in and what, what we've had to replace. But this is a table cut with kind of a rose gold around here like this. And here, if I zero this back out, 8.2 by about 7.5 millimeters. Look at how pretty these are. And there are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 strands here on this. Then we've got these big faceted melons, which I love. These are 10 millimeters, and they have some facets and some AB, and kind of like a rose gold wash on them. I love it. Then we've got some more with this rose gold wash, these kind of long bicone barrels, 14 millimeter here. The 5 millimeter, 5x3, I think this is, millimeter rondelle. Yep, gorgeous. So those are the reds. Then in these blues, we've got the smaller melon, which is the 5 millimeter. The smaller, look at this with the silver on it, the 8 millimeter faceted melon. The fire polish in a matte with that matte gold, 5.8 millimeter, so almost 6 millimeter there. And these are tiny. I think these are 3. Let me see. Yeah, 3 millimeters. The tiny fire polish. Okay. Then more melons. This is the 6 millimeter melon. I know this one like the back of my hand. 6 millimeter. The faceted bicone, the faceted oval, we carry these, this style of bead, 12 millimeter. Another cathedral cut, so vintage, 6 millimeter here, and side to side, 6. And then last but not least, another, this is a cathedral cut that's clear with the gold wash around the outside of about 9 millimeter. My mom is saying she would just put all of these strands in a little bowl and enjoy their beauty. Ma, that is how I'm going to start. So let me, now that we've got this soft focus on here, let me you can see a little bit of my messy creating area. Let me go ahead and clip these strands, and let's get them in the bowl. Every bag is the same, Linda. Great question. You're going to get it in kind of this festive little bag that I've done. All 12 strands, they're all the same. Okay. There's a limited quantity of these, and they all go live at noon Pacific time, which is about an hour and 5 minutes from now. So I'm not going to take up a ton of your time today, because I do want you to be able to get over to the shop, and if you have anything you want to toss in your cart, you'll have time, because these curated collections that I do always sell out quickly. So, but let's free these strands up. I'm going to put them in a bowl. Let's get them going. And something like these, there's such a variety of beads in these. And I'm wearing today, my brooch kind of eclipsed it, but I'm wearing the earrings from my Third Thursday earring kit a couple months back, last month. I can't remember. If it's past, it's in the past. I can't remember it. But these would make great earrings. If you have a bunch of earrings to make, you can use some of these shapes for earrings, especially look at this bead. Is a great earring bead. Let me go ahead and clip this. Whoops, that one jumped out. But look at that. That is a great earring size and shape. It was bluegrass. It was in November. Thanks, Tria. Janice did the December one. We've got that coming up next week. It is a Janice classic It's a bead shop classic earring that goes way back. Janice is bringing it back for sure. I love them. So you'll see those drop next Thursday. Also, I wanted to remind you folks, we're going to put it in the newsletter and everything, but there is still space for my France trip. If you want to come bead with me in France, it's going to be next year, end of May, beginning of June. We're going to have a lot of fun. So, my buddy Jen Cushman and I are going to do a couple of special broadcasts about it in the next coming weeks. So if you need some more information on it, Andrea will also pop it in the newsletter, because I can't wait for you folks to come with me to Europe. It's going to be so fun. We're going to have a great time. So here are my beads. And let me just kind of dump them out. So isn't this so Gilded Age? I mean, just look at it. Oh, so gorgeous. So one of the things that you can do with these, I've got some head pins here, and I was talking about earrings and stuff. These make, all you need really are 3 beads and a pin. Here's that gold-filled bead that I used on Wednesday. But look, you can just put them on the pin, and you are ready to go. Yeah, we're going to be going to the south of France, near Toulouse, and we'll be doing a bead retreat for a week. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a great time. We're going to go to the markets, the flea markets. We're going to go to some museums. We're going to make a big necklace. It's going to be a lot of fun. So check your calendars, check your funds, ask for it for Christmas or belated Hanukkah gift or a New Year's present or Valentine's early, whatever. So you can join me. It's going to be really fan-flippin-tastic. I cannot wait. It's been a while since I've been to Europe, so I cannot wait. And France is one of my favorite places. I'm almost 100 days Duolingo in, so I'm getting there. My French is coming back. So here we go. Just putting some beads randomly on a pin. See what you've got? You've just got, I mean, you could make an infinite number of kind of little vignettes, I guess, or little drops, right? Oh, and thanks, Drea, for putting up that retreat info. We'll also add it to the newsletter as well. And Jen and I, as I said, will do another live broadcast. We were on, and we did a live broadcast right when it dropped. But we'll talk to you a little bit more about it. It's going to be really, really fun. So it'll be really a once in a lifetime trip. It's going to be great. So I also pulled some other things from the site, and we ordered and got in some new tassels. I'll be honest, I haven't checked to see what our inventory level is on these guys, but or on our tassels. But we got this really cool, this blue color, kind of teal color. We got this red. Look at this red tassel. Right? Look at how gorgeous that is with it. These would also be great to just string as a long necklace. You could really go Gilded Age and throw some pearls in there. That would be great. I want to show you what these fit on. I want to test out a couple of these also to kind of share with you some thread sizes. And plenty of tassels. Great. Thank you, Drea. What you could do with the tassels on this, let me just really very easily, I've got some jump rings here. Let me rustle around, grab a jump ring. These are our 8mm jump rings right here. So, yeah, if you go to Soul Stir Magic France Retreat, it should bring up like the class with me and all of the info about the retreat. It's on there. It's under Soul Stir Magic. It's on there. I'm going to put this large jump ring on there, and I'm going to close it up like so. And you do see a bag of seed beads. This is the State Fair mix. And it also has, what was I using this for? I don't know. I was showing you something with it. It has some of the State Fair mix. It has some super duos. I don't know how those got in there. It has a few of this might have been from Dria's earrings that she did, inspired by Faye. Because see, I've got some of those 24 karat, those drops in there. So it just seems like it's a bag of mix that matches this. So I'm just going to dump it out right there. There's a few things in here probably that I don't want, like these black, these little guys. I love these beads though, but maybe not for this. I can just sidestep them. But these drops are the 24 karat drops that we got in for the earring kit, or not the earring kit, but the earring, the herringbone, or the brick stitch earring that Drea did. And FYI, all of the hoops have been reordered. They're coming, and also we're getting the 20 millimeter in silver. Those have been ordered. So they'll be up. It's going to take a couple more weeks, I think, but they'll be up soon. So those are coming back. So I'm so glad you folks love those so much. And we've got the smaller ones in silver coming. So that's great news as well. Okay, so here's my beads. I have some, this is regular Ceylon. This is the fine Ceylon here. And I just want to show you how both of these threads work with this Czech glass. Now you could, of course, as always, string on soft flex, the 0.014 or the 0.019 would work really well. I've got my soft flex here. You could also string on this. So what I would do, this really isn't closed quite as nicely as I want it to be closed. So there we go. So let me get a needle. I've cut just a short piece off here so we can test it. I had a collapsible eye wire needle. Oh, look, I also brought the lighter blue tassels. Let me get one of these out. I know I'm totally distracted by how pretty all of these flippin' beads are that I can't even focus, right? Look at these. Look at that color. So any of these tassel colors work with this. Let me move this up just a little bit. There we go. So let me get my needle here, and I want to show you how they look on the Ceylon. We'll use the regular Ceylon first. Oh, Arctic. Yeah, it's really pretty, isn't it, Drea? I don't know. I can't decide which one I like the best. I'm going to get a beading needle. This is a size medium in the wire beading needle right here. And I'm just going to test my threads to see how this might look. So, I'm just thinking out loud. Well, thinking in my head, sort of out loud. If I were attaching a tassel, or I don't know, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to put my thread through here. Maybe. No, I'm not going to complicate things. Let me just test. Can you tell I'm super excited about all this? So my brain is going in 10 different directions. This is the regular seal-on, like I said. Let me tie a knot, an overhand knot. It's just a little test to see what the knots look like if I were going to knot this instead of using soft flex. The thing about Czech glass is that the holes are pretty big, right? Even with the smaller beads like this. Here's a smaller one. I'll do a little stack of 3 here. So you want to make sure that you're using a thread, if you're knotting them, that you're using a thread that's big enough so that they don't slip over your knots. You can see for this, it's kind of hard to see, the knot is kind of big. And the mix does not come with the drops. That State Fair mix does not. The State Fair mix just has the 8/0, and the drops happen to be in there with them from when I cleaned up from the show. That's the story. But here we go. Here. Okay. So here are knots with the big thread, with the regular. Okay. Let me show some knots with the fine. These knots they're nice. Let me see if I can zoom in so you can see them. Let me see if I can focus here. See, they're kind of big. They're a little clunky, a little, right? So let's see what the fine looks like. Okay, let me scoot out. And I'm going to make this one a little bit longer because I've got the feeling that so I'm going to put myself up on the screen here. So here is my thread. I'm going to give myself a long piece here, another long piece here, and like half of a long piece. Yeah, it's the Halo Sky are the super duos that are in there. It's from the earring collection. And I will go a little bit slower, Deborah, for tying the knot. We have a ton of knot tying videos if you haven't explored the knotting. I promise you, every time I do a show with knotting, I could knot every week and everyone would be super stoked about it, right? So I'll go a little bit slower, but you can take a look in our skill builders. We also have our really good handout from back in the day when Janice, when we used to teach it at the bead shop at our brick and mortar. So, and there it is. There's a whole knotting page right there. You can find everything there. So I am doubling this thread. You know, whenever I use, and it's a really good question, Cindy, let me focus on this camera again. I am knotting or doubling the thread here because anytime I use just thread off the spool, I always double it for knotting. That's just how I do it. Easier to tie a knot. And you'll see me do that with silk. It's the exact same technique that we've used with silk. But I'm just using seal-on here. I've got a little knot tied in my seal-on. Isn't that how it always is? There we go. Okay, so now I'm really going to start thinking about putting this together. Let me use, the soft Mary's asking the soft gold. Yeah, it's a melon. It is a melon shape. It's this one. Isn't that pretty? I just love it. I love it. Drea, same for me. My gran was Southern Italian, hence the Sicilian. My granddad, Northern Italian. Yes, nothing better. Nothing better than Italian holidays, right, Mom? We used to have some good times with those. And then we added in our Armenian holidays and traditions. And now I have Chris's Ukrainian traditions. I love a big mixture of everybody coming together. So awesome, right? Yep, Ferranti, 3 generations of Italians. Yes. So, so good. So here is this right here. Yeah, when my grandparents, when they didn't want me to know what they were saying, my grandpa would say something in Italian. So my Italian is not very good. Okay, I'm going to put on a bead. I don't know, I'm just making this up, so bear with me. I'm going to put on a bead here. See how I attached that large ring? This is the 8mm heavier gauge ring on this that we carry on this tassel. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up through that bead again and see how the holes in these, as I said, they're so large that you can really get a lot of thread through there. Let me pull both of these threads down. Okay, so see, I've attached this ring to the bottom here, right? So there we go. And I'm going to tie all of these in a knot. Oops. I'll go a little slower for you, but I want to get all of these tied. Okay, there we go. And I haven't put any bullion wire or anything over this thread. This thread is just tied down right there. Okay, tighten that up. Now I could, and I will, this is the fine Ceylon. Okay, so I'm going to come in and give myself a little, whoops, clear that tip off, a little bit of the GS hypo cement there, because I'll come back in later and cut away the excess thread. Come on. There we go. And let me wipe this off. Get that little extra off of there. There we go. And let me get a plastic baggie so I don't get anything on my beading surface. All right, so now this could be whatever it is you want to hang a tassel from. You could just do a short piece here and hang a tassel. You could also, I'm kind of thinking ahead to like maybe a necklace. And see here how we've got this big ring, right? And you could use a pendant. You could use anything, anything that struck your fancy. Do I have? I do. Remember your friend and mine, our nice big, um, jump or spring ring. We also have those nice big lobster claws that we launched. I'm trying to see if I have one right to hand. I don't, but any clasp, any gold clasp that you like will work on this. Okay, I'm going to set this aside though. I haven't committed yet, right? But I like this. Okay, so let me just put on. I'm just going to put on some beads. I'm not even going to stress about it. I'm just going to put them on. Let me make sure that I don't have these threads all knotted up in there. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get my thread burner and I'm going to get rid of those other threads, right? Just to get rid of it. Yeah, you could also use the circle part of a toggle clasp. 100%. That would look great, for sure. You go with whatever works for you. The quadrifoil, that would look great. This is just a creative hint for you. I'm going to come in and singe these away. Like so. And I'm going to just start to knot. Now, the new brios would look great in here. I mean, this stringing a long necklace like this, the beauty of this is that the possibilities, friends, are really endless. You can't make a misstep. I'm going to come in, I'm going to just make my loop and go through like so. And again, there are a lot of ways I could tighten this knot. I'm going to grab my knotting tweezer like so. Put that in. And just use that tweezer to help me get down right to that bead. Split your threads. And this is why I use those two threads. So my knot is tied there. Looks like there's like something sticking up out of that knot that I don't like. Let me just make sure that it's tight. There we go. Okay, let me get in a little bit tighter. I'm going to scoot these beads out of the way a bit. Let me scoot in here. There we go. Looks better. And I don't know, just put on whatever you want to put on. I'm going to put on this one. I'm going to do this a little more at Kate speed. Like so. Split the threads. Tighten it up. This ring is one of our new rings. It's our large 8mm. We just launched those. They're a ring from Nunn Design. Just prime. I love, love, love these jump rings. And we carry them in all three of the finishes. So it's the 8mm. I'm going to go a little slower on this one. Do it by hand. And then I'm going to do a little bit of showing off because, it's silly. So this way, I pull this down. I get my finger on top of that knot like this, and I pull my thread from underneath. But you can also there's a lot of different ways to do it. We've shown you a lot of ways on different broadcasts. I promise to do another pearl knotting broadcast. If knotting isn't your gig, use Softlex and use some of the A-dots in between. That would look great. This blue, Drea, find a blue. I don't have mine marked. It might be teal. It might be cerulean. I I'm not sure, to be honest. Right here, it's this really nice, vivid peacock. Could be peacock. Peacock would work. Might be peacock. Peacock is a good one. Peacock might be a little darker than this, though. If I know Drea. Oh, cyan. Cyan. I bet that's what it is. Any of those blues. Go to Fine Weight Ceylon. Click on the blue tab, or the blue square, so all of the blue colors come up, and pick the color you like. Okay. Drea just put a link in the chat on YouTube that is a search for all the blue and cyan. Okay. So, and it could be teal, choose the one you love. I don't know. I should have checked, I guess, but I don't always. I don't always have time. I'm going to go ahead and pre-string some of these. This is where Kate shows off her stringing prowess. But remember, I have been knotting beads, pearls, since like 1992, right? I've been pearl knotting for a long time. So I'm going to pre-string here. Whoops. Let me zoom out a little bit. And you can see the difference that the knots, after I've just put these on one after the other, see how they all come up on each other here, which is fine. It looks fine. Again, you could put those seed beads in between to give them a little bit of space. But I really love the little added touch in there. Okay. So I want to show you. Let me go front. Drea is saying the closest ones are peacock and teal for these. So here it is. I'm just going to do my fast Kate knotting here. And then we'll take a look at it because I want to show you what I'm going to do. It is very Luden's Cherry Cough Drop for sure. That cough drop color, those red cough drops, they may have tasted horrible, but gosh, they were beautiful, right? So here we go. And the cool thing about just knotting like this is you can just keep going and not worry about the beads that you're putting on, right? Cindy is saying if it were soft flex, a Charlotte or Miyuki 15-aught, yeah, beautiful. A Charlotte would look great because it has that little cut on it. It would add that little bit of sparkle, right? So good. Okay, like this. So what I would do with this, you can make it longer or shorter, but you could come around, you could string it nice and long. You could wrap it around a few times. And then I'm going to go to the other camera here. Then you could come in and connect your clasp. I think I would need one more jump ring, actually, to make it sit right, because I want my jump ring to be facing the other way. So I'd put another jump ring there. And it could come around, and this could clasp in front, right? So you can see how this would just work. Now, you could also do this as a lariat, right? You could finish the other end off just like you did this one. The tassels come in a pair. So you could have a pair of tassels like this and tie it in a lariat. That would be beautiful. Charms, definitely. You could add charms. You could also add a section of pearls in here to kind of bring that Gilded Age kind of look to it. You could throw in some of the carved gemstones that we have. So there's a lot of things that you could do with this. You could also just knot a small piece like this right here, and then do a loop at the top, hang this in your window along with your snowflakes that you're making, you know, whatever. But you've got a lot of beads here to make a nice long piece. And if you add more beads, especially the seed beads, it'll elongate it quite a bit. I'm going to make a little pattern with these small ones. You don't have to put a knot between every single bead. You can also make little sections, like here's a little section here. And then this goes here. Oh, the fan! Drea, the fan! Do I have the fan here? Let me see if I do. I love that fan. That fan pendant we have. Look at how cool that just little bit there looks. You know, these might have been bead pearls that we had and don't have any longer. We do have some freshwater pearls in. I'm not sure if these are exactly ones we have currently. But if you look, Donna, in our pearl section, you'll see, where is that faux cloisonne? It might be down here. Yes, yes, my friends. Just that could not be more Gilded Age. It just couldn't be. It couldn't be. So what I might do with this is I could definitely lariat this. And this side could be one side. And this with the fan. And I think I've got one more of those tassels. I do. It's a little worse for wear, but that's okay. If your tassels get a little, like this one wasn't stored very well, I could get this, I could dampen it a little bit and smoothen out and it'll be fine. But look, what I might do here is I might keep one long like this, and then I'd put this tassel on the bottom here, and maybe I'd cut it a little bit shorter. I don't know, maybe not. I don't know. I could also, hang on, hold that thought. I mean, we might as well. I've got some time. Here's some 20 gauge wire. Let me do this. Let me cut some 20 gauge. It's a good thing I don't put things away right away from when I've used them, right? I'm going to make a wire wrap loop on this end. Just go with me. I don't really know what I'm doing yet. I'm going to do this up and over. Sorry, I hit the camera. Down and under. I'm going to wire wrap this close. This is 20 gauge. I wanted 20. 20 actually was sitting here. But I wanted 20 also because this jump ring that I'm using here is 18 gauge. So I wanted it to look similar in gauge, if that makes sense. So I'm going to wire wrap there. I'm going to cut away this extra. I am going to push that in. Now, let's go through this cinnabar piece. I want a little dot of something down here. So I'm going to put this, oops. That red one there. of like that. I think this ivory melon on the top. Let me go ahead and wire wrap this closed. Just stick with me. Up and over. This. Because I feel like if I'm doing a lariat, that 2 tassels might be too overwhelming, right? Maybe I want some symmetry in this piece. I don't know. Let me cut this away. So now I've got this component part right here. Make sure I even these out. Okay. Now, I'm going to get another jump ring. So visually, it'll match. And I'm going to wire wrap this. This is 24 gauge. I could use, if I had one, let me see, if I've got my head pins here, I actually want to switch that out to a ball head pin. I do have my head pins right here. I want it to be a little bit heavier. Even though you don't see the wire quite as much with all of this, right? I like the wire, if it can be, to be all a similar gauge. It just I think is a little touch that makes it look a little more finished. So, and this ball head pin also gives me a little nice finish on the end there. So I'm going to put this gold filled, this one here. See, I think that looks a little bit better. I'm going to wire wrap it, not just loop it. Short wire wrap it, bend at a right angle, up and over. Again, I'm going quickly with these kind of basic techniques. You can go over to our website at beadshop.com, and we have all of our basics under skill builders. You can find them so you can brush up on your technique. Look, I used every little bit of wire there. Now I'm going to use this ring. So now I've got this. Yes, look at that. So then I would come around. Let me clear. This is like a huge mess right here. I would come around on this side and I would bring my beads all the way around. They'd come here and I'd connect it here. And then this would be a lariat that would just flip through. Or I could attach this way. I could attach this as a charm onto this, right? So I could do it that way if I wanted it to close, right? So it just depends on how you want to do it. This is just a little, creativity starter, I'd hope. Yeah, Cindy, I would say the same thing. It's not super heavy. I probably could get away with it as an earring. I love it so much. We also have the fan in red. I think we do. We carry it. I don't know if it's in stock right at this very second. I'm going to see if these pearls fit. because I could do just like a short length of pearls going all the way around and then having just a little bit of pearl here at the end. That might be cool. I don't know. Yeah, a purse tassel, that would be beautiful. It would really look great. Okay, let me just do a couple more of these. And I'm not paying any attention to how much I'm knotting. As far as thread goes, you do need some extra thread for knotting. I did about 2.5 yards for this. I'll show you where this is on me here. So I've got the end of this piece here, the end of this piece here. I think I would need a little more thread, especially if I'm doing this a little bit longer as a lariat. I would come through and I'd flip this through, right, like this. And then this fan would be laying like this here, if you can see that. So I would probably, if you were going to knot this, I would probably cut about 4 yards if you want it nice and long, so you don't have to attach. But this is what we've got so far. Really pretty, I think, with that tassel. Again, you could just use 2 plain tassels for the lariat, have it come all the way around and just go through, or do something like this, or start this, the pendant, knot. You can put the pendant kind of in the middle and do it that way. So there's all kinds of stuff that you can do with this mix. So I hope I've given you some good ideas here. So this curated collection, my friends, goes up at noon Pacific time. It's 11:38 here on the West Coast. Right now, 11:39, just changed over. So you've got about 20 minutes. You're going to jump over to beadshop.com and you're going to see our Gilded Curated collection. You'll click on that and you'll see it pop up right here on this available mixes page. It's not there now because it's not live yet. Okay. If you don't see it, go ahead and refresh your screen, friends, because it won't automatically refresh. Okay. So that is that. Whew. So much fun. I think we've had a fun Creative Friday. I hope I've given you some good ideas with this piece. I'll be back on Wednesday for our regular Wednesday Facebook Live broadcast. We've got some fun things coming up all the way to the Christmas holiday. So join me on Wednesday for another fun idea. Thank you, Drea, for pinch hitting for Janice today over doing some moderating. And thank you, folks, all of you, for joining me today on our live broadcast. You can find us, of course, all over the web, on Facebook at our Bead Shop group, on Pinterest, on Instagram. Hit us up anywhere on social at beadshop.com. And questions, don't hesitate to email us right at info@beadshop.com. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.